Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Boku no Hero Academia Chapter 206 this week, I believe. Sorry if this is up a bit later than usual, a few hours at least. This morning I was having some computer issues and I had to update a bunch of stuff. So that took me a few hours to do this morning. So I was like, I'll just wait and record this when I record all the anime reviews that I need to record today. So yeah. Sorry that I'm recording this in the afternoon rather than first thing in the morning, so it's probably going to be posted, I guess, a little bit late. My hair's a mess as well. But either way, let's read 206. We're finishing off, I believe this one's even titled, I don't have the title here in front of me. It's the third set concludes. So we're going to see the end of this one, and this has both been the coolest one and probably the least good one in terms of writing. Because how awesome was Todoroki versus Tetsutetsu. That was just so cool. I loved everything about Todoroki and Tetsutetsu. They both came off looking badass. And technically, I guess Tetsutetsu won. He was still up by the time Todoroki was down. Though if Todoroki hadn't been interrupted by Hononuki, he arguably would have taken Tetsutetsu down with him at the same time. But either way, Tetsutetsu is at least on par with him, at least in this fight. So it sets up good room for Todoroki to grow, which I really like. But Iida's whole thing, I'm not going to sit and hate on Iida, but I feel like there were a lot of things where his power-up both interrupted good things, like there were interesting things going on time and time again, and Iida kept interrupting them. But his power, the power-up itself is not terribly bad. I mean, it's just him getting stronger, really. But the way the power-up was written, the way that Class B's characters had all these different things they could do to counter and to fight against all these really complex and interesting ways of fighting that Class A have, and then yet him getting a little bit faster for 10 minutes makes them suddenly stop fighting back and just be like, I better stand here and get kicked. Or I better just sit here and let him carry me away without struggling whatsoever. So, yeah, the way it was written was just kind of a lot of logic was sacrificed in order to try to make Iida seem cool. But either way, let's actually get into reading Chapter 206. 4 competitors go down all at once. However, it's not over yet. Until they're all put in jail, they're still in the battle. Now, somebody could still be up, like Tsunotori, I guess, and lock all of Class A's team up, and they could and Class B could win. Or I could see this being called as a draw. I could totally see that. What will happen? Ow, my left limbs are heavy. One leg won't give me enough power to get out of this. Really, Iida? That and his power-up was almost running out, supposedly, when he carried away Kaibara, and yet it was back by the time he ran in again. So, I don't know, that's kind of lame, I guess. Todoroki, I'm sorry. If I'd been just one step faster in rushing to your aid. Iida is conscious, but unable to move. It looks to me like Kaibara's struggles were effective after all. Plain, yet effective. Okay, so he was struggling, but it happened off-screen, and even so, it really doesn't make much sense that he couldn't easily escape. He resisted right up until the moment before he was imprisoned, and assisted in stopping Iida. Yeah, like, it feels like even if the banging wouldn't have helped him escape, wouldn't it have caused friction that would have caused Iida to let go? I just feel like there's a lot of stuff that was just forgotten about logically in order to make Iida seem useful. Way to go, Kaibara. You're the real MVP, Kaibara. Fast reporting is getting out of control, Mr. Vlad. But, you know, at this rate, if everyone stays down, Class A will hold on to its 1-0 lead, you know? I'm afraid not, Ashido. And then, we have the maniacal laughter from Monoma. So, your attention was taken by the flashy battle, and you didn't even see, did you? While Tetsutetsu and everyone else's fierce fighting was unfolding, the situation over here was changing. Okay, and we still have the fight between Shoji and Tsunotori. Shoji and Pony, but I thought she got wrapped up by Ojiro and was trapped like that. What happened to Ojiro? After that, says Momo. Honachi, if she squirms around and tries to crawl out, he thinks. His grip on her will loosen. Okay, son of a, he's friggin' strong too. Tail strike, rolling whirlwind. Oh, that is cool. You saved me, Ojiro, says Shoji, jumping out. Alright? The repelling force alone is this powerful. And see, this is giving Shoji some attention too, or not Shoji, Ojiro some attention too. That's good. Please, go on ahead, Hononuki. Alright? And then she fires her horns. Gah, even if you stab me, I won't let go. No worries. You don't have to. And then he just grabs them. I'll use 4 horns power to send you on a non-stop trip to jail. And we see her commanding them from that far away. Also, her power is extremely useful. Like her control over the horns. No matter the situation, nobody is retired until they're in prison. And conversely, no matter the situation, once someone is imprisoned, they're retired instantly. They'll have to undo their own restraints. The score is now 1-1. There are 4 people down. Where's Kaibara? Was he captured? If so, that means it's 1-1. I can't let you guys get picked up by Shoji. Okay, so she grabs all 4 of them. Todoroki, and we have Ida yelling, but what should I do? Even with all 4 of my horns free, I still couldn't defeat Shoji. If I'm forced to spread my horns thin, my chances of winning are even lower. If I can throw Todoroki in jail, we'll have the lead, but as long as I'm carrying 3 people like this, I'm too slow. I'll get caught before they reach the cell. If I lose here, the team loses. Okay. In that case, she can't mean to... thinks Shoji. Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Tentacles, and she flies up with the horns. From way up high, I'll be out of your reach. I'll bide my time. We may not win, but I refuse to let us lose. I can't stand the idea of making everyone lose. Alright, the score is 20 minutes have elapsed, the 3rd set is over. The score is 1-1, it's a draw. Okay, honestly, with the setup, if it was kind of written logically, Class B should have absolutely destroyed them. But either way, that was really good. Except for the Ida stuff. Again, that was really poorly written. But all the stuff with all the other characters was really good. Alright? Big Haul. Big Haul was... I even said last week, I was like, Ida now has Mineta heat with me. Oh god. Big Haul, Big Haul. At this rate, the nurse will malfunction. Oh, come on. Talk about indecisive. That wasn't fair. In the real world, running away and awaiting rescue is a logical course of action. I kind of saw it being a draw when I was saying that at the beginning, because I was expecting this to come down to the final battle and it be up to Izuku's team whether Class A wins or loses. But then I thought about it, I was like, oh, if this ends in a draw, then Bakugo's team can win or lose, and Izuku's team can win or lose, and it can be a draw between Class A and B. So yeah, I could see that happening as well. And then Uraraka saying, Ida, this must be frustrating for him. Like the second set, as there are multiple unconscious competitors, the debriefing will be postponed until later. Jeez, why can I not read? Even so, 4th set competitors, prepare yourself. He was really cool out there. No, he was not. And then we have back at the nurse's office, Todoroki being healed. Have a Snickers, dearie. Ojiro already ate one and left. Todoroki, and we have Tetsutetsu up already. The match may have been a draw, but as far as I'm concerned, I lost. Man, that heat of yours was unreal. Let's do this again sometime. Quiet down. A draw, he thinks. If I had been a little faster, we could have won in that situation. Ida, I'm still far too slow. I couldn't deal with Hononuki's flexible style at all. But you saved me, didn't you? I can vaguely remember. If you had mercilessly attacked us with fire instead, we would have been pretty screwed, you know. I've gotten into a bad habit of always trying to open with an ice attack. No, it's ingrained into my muscle memory. You're plenty fast. I was the one who was too slow. Alright? And because of how slow I was, I made all of you worry. You need to become the kind of hero who can put everyone at ease. And I don't remember if it was back... I don't remember if it was in the provisional license exams, or if it was way back during Stain, where they discussed how Todoroki usually did that. He'd start off with an ice attack to bind them, and then a fire attack to damage. So this is finally showing him that he needs to change that up some, because it's become too predictable. Man, I love these flashback panels too. Not so. You're not unreliable, and the slight ouch I will always rush to the rescue of anyone who needs it. That's my conviction as the inheritor of Ingenium's good name. And then Hononuki pulls back the curtain. When it comes to your flames, Anita's recipro. To be honest, I've got plenty of regrets myself, so will you take me on again sometime? Of course, they both say. If you guys have that much energy, hurry up and go back to class. This isn't the place for idle chatter. Yes, ma'am, please excuse us. As soon as you've taken your positions, the match will begin. The fourth set will now begin. Okay, I'm excited for this one. What are you saying? Are you serious? Says, Jiro. You must be joking. There's no way that plan will... Shut your trap, says Bakugo, cutting them off. Their backs are to the wall now. Classes A and B both have 1 win each. If you lose or tie this match, there'll be no way to win for you. Quit spazzing out, man, says Kaminari. So, I guess that means that Bakugo's team will probably win this, forcing Monoma to have to win the last set in order to tie things. How I've been looking forward to this fourth set. After all, they've got Takage on their side. You better watch out, Bakugo. We have this terribly evil face. Alright, let's get this started. Hello, freaking Setsuna. So she's OP. I'm so happy. Like, you guys know that way back since, I've been on the Setsuna waifu train ever since, way back at the training camp before the villains attacked it. Alright, let's get this started. Setsuna Tokage, the other student in Class B admitted through recommendations. Okay, so she's the other recommended student then. Top waifu, indeed. And then we have Izuku with Bakugo in the background. Kacchan. Deku, just watch me, you shithead. Katsuki explodes into the arena. Chapter 206 end. That chapter just seemed short. That was really good. I enjoyed it. Like I said, there were some problems, mostly with last chapter, but this one was really good. I think that Bakugo's gonna win this one. I think. But it's interesting, I didn't know that Setsuna would actually be strong. I thought that the strong one to worry about on that team would have been the guy with the things, the bug guy, Kamakiri. I always forget his name. I think it's Kamakiri or something like that. I thought he would be the tough one that Bakugo would have to look out for. So it's interesting that Setsuna is actually the strong one. So I'm really excited for next week, and we have to wait a whole other week to see what kind of abilities she's really going to have, because her quirk is autotomy, right? Which makes you think she'd be able to remove limbs or something? I have no idea how that's actually going to work out. Yeah, I have no clue how that would be useful whatsoever. But either way, I guess we'll see. So, Pony was actually really cool this chapter. I like Shoji a lot, so it's kind of sad that he didn't get a moment to seem cool. But I'm okay with it because all the other characters, it worked out pretty well, and it gives room for growth for all of them. And that could be true of Shoji too. Maybe because he couldn't reach her in the sky, this will give him the thoughts to be able to make enough webbed arms to learn to fly or something. That's kind of a little bit similar to Tokiyami's growth, but either way, still makes sense. And this is really good for Todoroki's character, like I said. It sets him up really well to grow in the future because he wasn't able to beat Tetsutetsu. So yeah, and I guess that works the other way around with Tetsutetsu and Hononuki. I guess it does work the other way around. But yeah, that's it for this week. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, sorry it's a little bit late. Like if you did like the video, comment down there too. Tell me what you thought of this chapter, what you thought of my first thoughts, my reaction. Subscribe for more. Boku no Hero Academia, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel, and talk to you there if you want. And if you want a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us, on Discord about this series or just whatever, then just ask and I'll give you a link. It's free and open for anyone. So that's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.